Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Explainer. Today we're unpacking a really clever refactoring exercise from Eng's Notes-on-Haskell-Programming, Part 157. This was published back on June 9th, 2026, and it tackles something we all deal with, standard error redirection. It's a super simple, absolutely crucial trick to keep your data from getting totally mangled. So let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. When you're writing a program, you naturally throw in debug logs, right? You need to know what's happening under the hood. But where do those logs actually go? Well, if you aren't paying close attention, your helpful diagnostic messages and your actual application data might be pouring into the exact same bucket. And that creates a sneaky hidden problem that can completely sabotage your command line tools. Section 1, the output redirection problem. So this is an issue almost every developer hits eventually. You build this great tool, you run it, and then you want to redirect the final output straight into a file. But if your debugging logs are mixed in with your main output, you're essentially contaminating your clean data with a bunch of messy, behind-the-scenes developer notes. Think of it like a traffic system. Standard output, or standard, is your main data highway. It's built specifically for the final product your program creates. If you just start dumping all your debug traffic onto that same single highway, man, you are setting yourself up for a massive traffic jam. The fix? You need a second, completely dedicated highway just for the messy stuff. And that second highway is standard error, or stderr. Section 2, the Haskell refactor. And this brilliantly illustrates how we solve this exact problem in code. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the incredibly simple solution it shows. On one side, you've got the default putStrLn function, which indiscriminately shoves literally everything right onto that main standard output highway. But then you look at the refactored version, hPutStrLn stderr. It elegantly separates them. It's this super clean transition from a basic printing function to a highly targeted one. But, what exactly makes this new function tick? Well, that brings us to the H. The H in hPutStrLn actually stands for handle. I want you to think of this handle like a literal physical lever in a train yard. By explicitly using this handle, Eng is telling the Haskell runtime to completely bypass the normal standard output stream. You just pull the lever, switch the tracks, and send the data straight over to the error stream, our secondary highway, instead. In Eng's actual code, pulling this off takes just 2 steps. First, we've got a new import statement right at the top, importsystem.io, which pulls in hPutStrLn and stderr. Easy enough, right? Then we get to the logic. Eng sets up a print content function that checks the verbosity level. See, the debug logging doesn't just fire off randomly. It only triggers when the verbosity level is high, specifically when v is greater than or equal to 3. So think about it. We've not only redirected the traffic, we basically set up a smart toll booth right in front of it. Section 3, the command line payoff. Let's move to and see how this builds into our actual workflow. So what is the pragmatic payoff for us in the terminal? Like, why do all this work in Haskell in the first place? Well, look at the first step. Here, Eng uses the tool called access to ebook to convert a text file into a PDF. That single right-facing arrow, the greater than symbol, redirects the standard output cleanly into novel.pdf. And because we moved our debug logs off that main highway, novel.pdf comes out perfectly clean. No messy logs. Now check out step 2. What if we actually do want to read those logs later? We just add 2.debug.log to the end of our command. That little 2. Command safely tucks all of the debug traffic into its very own file, leaving the novel document completely untouched. Honestly, it's just the perfect separation of concerns. The source notes wrap up with this classic, simple sign-off, yours truly, Eng. It's a humble little end to a seriously effective refactor. Taking just a brief moment to change a basic print statement into a targeted handle, it drastically improves the overall health, the usability, and the flexibility of our command line tools. So I want to leave you with a provocative thought to ponder today. Are your command line tools causing a traffic jam right now? Seriously, take a moment today to audit your own logging practices. Are you just dumping all your developer notes right onto the main highway? Or are you utilizing levers and handles to keep your data streams nice and clean? I really hope this explainer has left you eager to optimize your next script. Keep learning, keep structuring that code, and I will see you on the next explainer.